Hey everyone, I'm going to be going over the release of my NextJS Booster. It's a CLI tool for quickly creating starter projects and getting that boring configuration handled for you. This isn't some WordPress template, this isn't a basic website generator, this is a full stack starting point for you to build your ideas and learn. In less than 5 minutes, a modern stack of Next.js, TypeScript, and Tailwind CSS will be initialized, and the CLI will also ask you some questions in order to set up your project's theme, logo, and branding. I know I've spent like over a day sometimes setting all this stuff up, like a navbar, the theme, the logo. And a lot of times you're just trying to get your idea out there. So this tool has helped me a lot in just getting going on a lot of my projects, and I think it could help you too. So with that being said, let's take a look. So here's the GitHub repo, but before we get into that and get into setting all this up, I want to just show you guys a couple of the templates that can get generated. So here's one of the basic ones. So we'll have 3 pages, so just basic hello world pages. But the site menu is all set up for you with routing. We have home, about, contact, and then we'll have our custom theme set up with our custom logo that's set up with the theme, the color scheme. And we'll have, the name, and, we'll have our icons set up and all of that. And then we also have a portfolio template. This will actually spit out an entire portfolio based off of the template that we have, and then you'll be able to update it with your information and delete any of these sections that don't apply to you, add sections that you want, add more pages to this that you want, all that. So yeah, with that being said, let's get into the repo. So you guys can read through this part if you want. This is just going over kind of the tech stack itself, but yeah, we want to get into the code. So we want to get into trying this out and starting it. So to do that, we're going to clone the repo with this. So a couple prerequisites. You will have to have an IDE, probably VS Code or whatever else you want, NeoVim or JetBrains or whatever you want, but VS Code is probably the easiest if you're not familiar with this stuff. You'll need Git and Git Bash as well if you're on Windows. And you will need Node.js installed. So Node 22 would be a good idea, or Node 20 would be a good idea. So yeah, I'm assuming you guys can install those, no big deal. So yeah, that being said, I like working out of just the C and then dev directory. So we're going to do that, and we're going to just open git bash in that directory, and we're going to clone the repo. So git clone, and then the repo name. And we can just close out of that, and we can then open the template CLI. We can open it in VS Code if we want. This, I mean, you are able to edit the template CLI, but really you don't need to. Realistically, you could just open this in your terminal. So let's just do that instead. We'll have, once we get in here, we'll need to install all the dependencies. So let's go take care of that. Yarn install. For me, this is going to be really quick. I already have all the dependencies installed from other projects, but for you, that might take a couple minutes. So just wait for that. And then we'll do yarn build. This is going to build the TypeScript files into JavaScript files so that we can run them. And then we're going to use this command to actually start the CLI. That's going to allow us to generate the projects. So this is going to be the name of the Git repo and of the like package JSON file. So for this, we're going to, let's just call it hello world. And we're going to, I already showed you guys this one and this one, so I'm going to show you this one now. Let's generate it. And we're going to call this hello world. And then this is the output directory. You can change this to whatever you want, but we're going to go with this. And if the directory doesn't exist, it will create that directory, so no worries there. And then you can choose a color scheme here. So if you do want a different color scheme, you can go to coolers.co and choose any color scheme with 5 colors. Yeah. You would just enter the custom color scheme there, but we'll go with one of these for now. So we're going to pick we'll go with drifting away. I probably like that one the best. The accent color, I wouldn't worry too much about that. You can define one if you want. We don't really use that in the default templates, but it is nice to have. And then the SVG icon, this is going to be the icon for your site logo and for your favicon that shows, in the tab. So I like this Rocket Cloud one. There's a lot of good ones in here, but you can also go to svgrepo.com and pick your own. And then this is going to be the color order that the logo gets the colors applied in. So we do actually read all of the colors within the SVG icon, and we apply the color scheme to it. So it goes basically, whichever one you select first will apply to the most common color in the SVG, and the second one will be the second most common color, third will be the third most, obviously it goes on. So if you want to change up the order, you can. So if we wanted like the primary color to be first, we could do that. But the best order usually happens to be this one, that if you just press enter 5 times, it's going to set the default order that I've found to be the best, and that usually works. So yeah, so it's going to give you a preview image of the generated SVG. So this is what it will look like if you accept it. But if you don't like it, then it'll ask you, should we make changes to the color scheme or logo attributes? And if you press yes, it'll let you go back through that process and make a new one. But we'll say that we like it. So it's going to initialize the project now for us, and then it's going to open it in VS Code. And from there, we can just open the terminal with Control tilde, and we can run yarn dev. And that's going to start our development server. So we see it's running here at localhost 3000. So if we open that with Control click, I can actually close these ones out now. And we see our server. And we see we generated with the hamburger menu, so we have the menu over here. And we can click through, go to About Us, go to Contact. And now we're on Contact. We go here, we go back to the main page. This is just a basic page, but this is just for you to have a navbar with routing set up, with a few pages set up. You'll have your theme set up. You have your branding set up already. And yeah, so that's that one. And then I think what a lot of people will want to get to is the actual portfolio. So let's say we're going to make a portfolio for, we're going to do Mike portfolio. Because this is just the name of the repo. So that's not a bad name. And we're going to do dev portfolio. And we're going to do Mike Thompson. Sure. And then that's going to be the output directory. That's completely fine. And we'll just pick the default color scheme and default accent color. We'll go with Rocket Cloud again, and we'll just choose the defaults. Cool, we like that. And then should we make changes? No. And this will now generate the portfolio site. So now we have portfolio site here. If we do open this up, since we do have the other one running still, it's going to tell us that we can't use port 3000. It's going to actually open on port 3001. But if you guys might see it on 3000 instead, if you don't have both projects running at the same time. So yeah, we see that it outputted the whole portfolio. So the CLI does not currently update the portfolio. The CLI will just update the theme and update like the project name in the package JSON. But to update, the portfolio, like the name, all of the technologies, all of the experience that you have, the projects that you have, the open source contributions, volunteering, you can update all of this through this file here. So if you go to lib and then portfolio data, we can update all of this. So we said the guy's name is Mike Thompson, and he can be a full stack developer. No, we'll say he's a firmware engineer. And we'll leave, he's also energetic and driven. And he also looks a lot like me. And happens to, no, he won't have my email, because why would we want that? We'll say Mike Thompson at gmail.com, and we'll just leave this. So obviously you get the idea. You update this stuff, and it's going to actually update in the site. So it's going to, when you save this file, it will hot reload the dev environment if you have it open still. So if we go up here, Mike Thompson, he's a firmware engineer. Yeah, and down here we'll see the email updated. We didn't change either of these, so you could also then change the experience, the projects, all of that. You would just fill this out. Basically, you would put your resume details into here, and it would generate you the site. So yeah, that's that. And then the other big feature for this tool, so say you generated this site, but you decide, like, I don't like this theme anymore. This color scheme, it sucks. I want to get rid of it. But you think, oh no, wait, does that mean I have to regenerate my whole site? Well, it used to, kind of, unless you wanted to manually update the colors. It's not too hard to manually update the colors. Really, you would just have to go to the Tailwind config. But what's even better is if we can just have a script to do that for us, right? Because we want to actually update the icon colors too. If we just update the Tailwind config, it's not going to actually regenerate this SVG icon for us. So there's some things that just the Tailwind config itself can't do. So to take care of that, let's actually go back into our project. So here's our portfolio. We're going to actually turn off the dev server, if we can. There we go. And now if we run yarn update theme, update-theme, it's going to run a script that will actually re-ask us those questions that we ran initially, and it'll allow us to change our theme. So say we want a different theme, we're going to try Pastel Dream now, and we actually want a different logo as well. We screw that logo. So maybe we'll try Dolphin Splash, and then actually we want to change up the order of the colors too. So let's try this out, something like that. That's sure, we'll go with that. So we'll just close that out, and we'll say we like what we see. And now when we run yarn dev again to run the development server, running on 3001, we're going to see our whole color scheme update. Yeah. Now even our favicon up here updated, our whole color scheme updated, all of that. So even if you're a million lines of code into this, you can still just go and easily update that theme, update your logo, update any of that. So yeah, I think that's about it. So if anyone has any questions, feel free to reach out on the Git repo. You can see actually my version of the portfolio here at torysmith.dev. Wow, dark reader. You can see, yeah, my portfolio here at torysmith.dev, and it has my contact, the ways to reach out to me down here. So yeah, if you have any issues or want to get anything added to this, or just have any questions in general, feel free to reach out. Please do like and subscribe to this, as usual. Leave a comment if you have any questions or any ideas. And yeah, I hope you have the best of luck with this. See ya.